This isn't just a story of abuse. It's a chilling tale of survival, secrets, and the man no one suspected was a serial killer, till it was too late. Hysterical Rachel always thought monsters lived in the dark. But the real monster had been sleeping beside her for 7 years. Her husband, Daniel, was charming, successful, and well-liked in their community. He ran a small construction business, volunteered at local events, and could light up any room. With his easy smile, to the world, he was perfect. But behind closed doors, Rachel saw a different man. He controlled everything: what she wore, who she talked to, where she went. At first, it was subtle. Then it turned violent. A slap here, threat there, bruises she covered with makeup, apologies that came with roses, promises that were always broken. She lost contact with her friends. Her family stopped calling. She stopped being Rachel. She became invisible. For years, she lived in silence, too afraid to leave. But the final straw came one night when Daniel returned home late, his clothes muddy, hands trembling. He didn't speak, just stared at her like she was a stranger that night. Something in her broke. While he was asleep, Rachel packed a small bag, took her ID, and walked out the door barefoot. She got on a night bus to another city, changed her phone, and started over in a women's shelter under a fake name. She finally felt free. 2 months later, freedom turned to horror. She was drinking coffee in the shelter's common room when the news came on. Headline read, "Human Remains Found in Local Man's Backyard." Rachel nearly dropped her cup when she saw the house on screen. Her house, the garden she used to plant tulips in. The shed Daniel always kept locked. The news anchor said authorities had found multiple bodies buried in the backyard. Women who had been missing for years. Daniel had been arrested earlier that morning after a tip from a former coworker led police to search the property. Rachel sat frozen. Police uncovered 5 victims, all women, all killed in similar ways. The investigation revealed Daniel's pattern. He targeted women who were vulnerable single mothers. Women working night shifts, those without strong support systems. He'd charm them, offer help or protection, then make them disappear. It turned out Daniel had been under investigation for years, but nothing ever stuck until now. Rachel felt like she couldn't breathe. She started remembering strange things, how Daniel would disappear for hours without explanation, how he kept a second phone she wasn't allowed to touch, the muddy boots he'd never let her clean, the heavy padlock on the shed, the way he'd stare at her sometimes, like she was already gone. She realized she could have been one of them. Detectives later told her Daniel was escalating. They believed he would have killed again soon. That by leaving when she did, Rachel may have saved her own life, helped expose a serial killer. One of the most disturbing discoveries was what they found in the shed. Not just tools, just DNA evidence, but a handwritten list of women's names. Some were confirmed victims, some were missing. And one name, at the very bottom, wasn't crossed out. Rachel, he was planning to kill her next. Police offered her protection, but Rachel vanished again, this time more carefully. New city, new name. No digital footprint. No connections. She still lives with the trauma. She doesn't answer unknown calls. She double-checks every door lock. She doesn't trust easily. But she survived. Not just an abusive marriage, but a living nightmare. She walked away from a man she thought she knew, only to learn he was one of the most twisted killers her state had ever seen. And the scariest part, no one suspected a thing. Not the neighbors, not the clients, not the church friends. He wore a mask so well, even she didn't see what was underneath, until it was almost too late.